Welcome to the third PLE review of the year. I'm going to do this again tomorrow night for night 2 tonight that happens tonight. But like I said, this year I want to talk more about my other interests other than just gaming. So we got some anime stuff, we got wrestling, and night 1 of WrestleMania just happened. I'll be honest off the back, I think it was okay. I think it was good. I think night 2 will probably be better with the list of matches we have to go. But we're going to start with match 1 to match, I think it was 7 last night. We'll go through the matches, go through the entrances. Because it's WrestleMania, so the entrances are just as big as the matches sometimes. And we start off with the shocker. The Uso. Yeet. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. You got Jey Uso. Very mixed on the internet about Jey Uso. But you look at the stadium and it's not even close. Like everybody in the stadium sitting there doing their thing. Versus the Ring General, Gunther. And, I already see online everybody mixed on it already because they booked, it was like 17 minutes into the match, I think, before Jey Uso did his first super kick. And he was doing a bunch of other different moves and stuff, and they booked him pretty strong in this, But I'm pretty sure, like I've already seen it. People are now like, they booked him too strong. Like, what do you want? Like, genuinely, like, some of you were just too negative for your own good. Like, maybe take like a week break from the internet or something. Reset your minds. Reset yourselves. I thought this match was really good. I would give it overall 8.5, 9 out of 10. The surprise of this match was, because I think for most people, it was pretty obvious Jey was going to win. There was no way they could have him go 0-4 versus Gunther. The surprise of this match was that the first time since I'm pretty sure he came to the main roster, Gunther was made to tap out to Jey Uso. So that's the shocker for me. I thought Jey was going to win. I did not think he was going to win by trying to choke out Gunther. So that was a surprise, and I would say a pretty good surprise, because it was not something I saw coming, even though I saw the ending coming. But like I said, match overall was good. Gunther's entrance, I mean, I guess because he is like kind of a serious, like all about staying by the book character. He just walked out, no extra gimmick, no nothing, just ring general doing ring general things. Jey Uso's was okay. I was hoping for a little more, I guess I would say, to kind of play around the fan thing, but he walked down through the stadium, which took a little bit because stadium has a lot more ground to cover to get to the ring. But two good entrances, good match to open the show. People worried about the championship open the match, that's got to be weak. Do you guys not remember last year Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre opened night 2? So it's like, relax. Some of you guys just need to take a breather. It's okay. The match was good. The ending was good. Jey Uso gets what he's been working for his entire life. So great moment for him. Great moment for, the fans of Jey Uso. So I don't know what else to say. Second match. This one was kind of the dud of the night. With all the building they've done for the SmackDown tag team over the last month and a half, 2 months, to have that just be a ladder match next week on SmackDown, not even the night before WrestleMania, we're doing that next week randomly. I guess they got to keep the TV shows great, but that SmackDown probably should have been on the SmackDown titles, probably should have been on the Mania, because this match felt like a big nothing for Mania. It felt like an average Raw title defense match. No spots really stood out. It's just normal War Raider stuff and New Day being heel stuff. And it's a shame because I like the War Raiders and I love the New Day. This match just wasn't it. This match was like a 3 out of 10 for Mania. Had it been on normal TV, it probably would have been like a 7 or 8 out of 10. But this, because it's Mania, It just didn't feel big, didn't feel special. And I guess maybe because I'm a little sour, because SmackDown's tag team titles probably should have been on here with the building it's been doing. Ball dropped slightly there. But New Day walks away with the titles. Probably they should have won it, months ago after the heel turn. But we kind of diddle-daddled on that way too long. Like, I know long-term storytelling is great. Sometimes it's okay to accelerate some of the stories. Match 3, I'm pretty sure it was Naomi and Jade Cargill, right? Or was this? I'm just gonna go Naomi and Jade Cargill. Both had Naomi's entrance kind of bland. Like, she walked through the tape. I'm like, oh, like, it was pretty like standard entrance. And then Jade Cargill, it was goofy, but as a goofy wrestling fan, I loved it, and as a weather fan, I loved it. They did Jim Cantori doing a weather report outside the stadium, and then the bit of, oh, a storm is coming. And then Jade Cargill comes out. Jade Cargill starts strong. Then they give Naomi her chance to shine, show off a little bit, remind people that she is an amazing wrestler, for those that don't remember. But eventually, Jade Cargill takes control, wins the match. I think this leads to eventually Bianca being, like, knowing of the attack, or because she didn't, like, go out of her way to, contact her injured friend to see what was up. This leads to, like, a Bianca versus Jade, probably at SummerSlam, or as one of my favorite YouTuber calls it, Hot Wrestlemania, since they're doing 2 nights this year, so they could do it there. So overall, entrances were hot and cold there, and the match overall, I'd say probably an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Good match, sandwiching around that. And then so we got match 4. We had Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the US title. This one is one that surprised me as well. We didn't do a lot of shenanigans and stuff tonight. It was pretty straightforward. Just let them go out, put on a show, and do good with it. Like I said, the New Day one probably could have used some shenanigans, like to make it feel a little extra than just the normal heel tactics and good guy being good guys. But this match, I expected Solo to maybe like get involved or something, but he didn't. They let Jacob and LA go at it, and Jacob comes away with the win. Oh, I did forget. The New Day War Raider match. The War Raiders came out in what looked like the cheapest costumes. Like, they ran down to Party City. They're like, oh, wait, we're supposed to do costumes. This will work. Jacob Fatu had a step up with the mask. I thought it still looked kind of cheap and didn't look much like a werewolf kind of deal. It looked very but it was a step up from the War Raiders $10 costume. It was like maybe a $50 mask. But like I said, match was good. Entrances were okay. Nothing like LA Knight drove up in a supercar. Nice car, but I don't know. I feel like that entrance is always just kind of unless there's like something more to that entrance, but it was just standard entrance, I guess. So at least a good match. I would give this match like a 9.5 out of 10. This was one of the better matches of the night, and I was surprised that they just let them brawl, let them go at it, let them decide, cleanly. Let Jacob, stand tall finally with his first title in the WWE. So, first singles title, because I guess he was technically tag team champion. So we go match 5. We had Ray Phoenix versus Chad Gable. Come on, like, I don't know who they think they're fooling. Like, it feels very childish. Like, and the entrance for El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable, just felt like they were trying too hard to like, oh, like, even if they do pull a fast one and switch the people out, it's clearly Chad Gable, and then if they switch it out, it's just like, this felt like Vince, like, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. This is good stuff. This is not good stuff. This is old. This, like, we could have done this bit for like a couple weeks and then move on, but we're still doing this stupid bit. And it's just like, But obviously Rey Fenix took over for Rey Mysterio because, unfortunately for the legend, he got hurt on Friday night after wrestling his second time this week, a night before, the next big match at his age. So, I don't know. Questionable decision there. So, unfortunately, Rey doesn't make it to Mania. Don't know how much longer we're going to have Rey Mysterio around. Especially, I don't know the extent of the injury yet. I think he was standing at one of the, like, the announcement early in the day that they acquired Lucha Libre promotion. So maybe that's a good sign that he's just not good to go, but he's not too hurt. But this match was really good. Like, Chad Gable's a great wrestler, and Rey Fenix is entertaining high flyer. So they did great, especially saying they had like 24 hours to put this match together. But we protected his first loss with Chad Gable slipping the metal piece into his mask again. This is one of those matches you have to go see. There's so many cool spots with the way they can fly around and jump around and stuff. Like, high flying matches are always fun and exciting to watch, especially since you only get them mixed in here and there. So I would say 9.5 again out of the match. Like, the ending was a little, but this was a great match. And for the fact that they only had 24 hours to put this match together, because they had to slip in Rey Fenix, like, wonderful job to the two of them. Just, can we, like, end the El Grande Americano thing, like, sooner rather than later? Not let it burn on for too long, because it's getting to that cringy level of just like, ugh. Like, what do they think, we're 5? So little miffed on that. Like, and then we had the next shock of the night, Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton. Charlotte came out, in a car again, the Rolls Royce. I'm gonna be honest, that car is so ugly for how much it's worth. Like, the car is not worth its money, and it does not feel like a epic car. That feels like I'm just rich, so look at my rich car because I'm rich. Like, not because that car looks actually any good. Car is the most overrated car, like, probably. But her entrance kind of, just like, I got a car because I'm super cool. And then you have Tiffany Stratton doing, everybody calls her the buff Barbie, so they went with like a Barbie theme for her, where she came out of a Barbie box, had like 2 extra Barbie boxes with like her like dolled up and her in like a boxing thing. They had the set above her set as like a Barbie house, so it was pretty cool. And then but yeah, really, like, probably one of the better entrances of the night for Tiffany Stratton. And for any wrestling fan who knows, like, Charlotte Flair, like, she's great in the ring, don't get me wrong, but her character work is kind of blah a lot of the times. And as someone who's been in the company for so long and is a heel all the time, and lets, like, the crowd be negative get to her because she is a heel, so I don't know what she expects, it's kind of blah. Like, if she was not a Flair, she would not get pushed like she is. She's like the Ricochet of the women's division. but because she's a Flair, she gets over pushed, and that's where everybody had the fear, like, oh, here we go, we're gonna give Charlotte Flair, like, she returns from injury and gets a free title shot and runs away and takes the title, like. But we actually went with the letting Tiffany Stratton win. We let Tiffany Stratton keep the belt. We did not put it on Charlotte Flair, like everybody had feared. Finally, Charlotte loses, coming back in a title shot out of nowhere, like. Thank goodness, because, like I said, I don't think, like, WWE, I don't know if it's because they think she gets a crowd reaction that people really like Charlotte Flair. I think a lot of people do genuinely dislike Charlotte Flair just because the character work is not there. The heelish nature is not there all the time when she gets all flustered and stuff, still in her, like, 20th year in wrestling. Obviously, a slight exaggeration, but still. So it's just... Like I said, she's great in the ring, don't get me wrong, but Charlotte Flair needs to, like, take a back seat or, like, do more of this, putting over the younger talent. But yeah, Tiffany Stratton comes away. I think this match was only like a 7 out of 10. It just, for how much of, like, a aggressive feud it had become, the match was kind of underwhelming for that. Like, it didn't feel like, you know, because you know the women can cook. Like, when they let the women cook in a match, it is always like the best match of the night and best match of the pay-per-views. This was not it. Like I said, luckily Stratton keeps it. So we'll see what if they finally let Tiffany Stratton have a title run, because she's been kind of like stuck in the mud since she won it. Because it looked like they were gonna hand it back to Charlotte like they always fucking do, but they didn't. So kudos on that. So let's see if we can't make, you know, Tiffy time a huge thing now, right? Like, let's build on it because the fans love her. So let's go with it. About time. Like, and then we come to the main event of the night. The triple threat. CM Punk main eventing his first WrestleMania, and me and my friend were getting hyped because they had a little hype package for him, and they were playing his, I think it's "This Fire Burns." It's such a good song. We were hoping he'd come out to it, but they played it at least for, you know, the package. So, but he did, of course, come out to Cult of Personality, played by the band itself. So, probably the second best, like him and Tiffany Stratton's second best entrances of the night. Seth Rollins came out in, you know, Seth Rollins attire, but then he, you know, pulls out a flamethrower, burns down the set, and reveals like a Shawn Michaels like inspired entrance from years and years ago. So this was great opening for, like, probably my favorite of the night, but then again, I could be biased because Seth Rollins is probably my favorite wrestler right now. He's like a mix of the Joker and Jack Sparrow with his character work and stuff, and he's great as a heel or a face. So I was pulling for him in this match. And then you had Roman Reigns. Pretty standard opening or entrance for Roman Reigns. The only thing is, when he did get to his like spot where he normally like looks over to his wise man, he looked over and realized, you know, he's still not there. Because obviously the wise man was with CM Punk. We had a vicious match. These three were beating the hell out of each other. You know, we had spots in the crowd, spots on getting slammed on the cement and stuff like that. Each had their like standout moments and moments where they were controlling the match. Like I said, the only one I really didn't want him to win this match was Roman, and that's not because I dislike him. It's just we know Roman's going to disappear for like the next 2 to 4 months. So there was no point of winning or him winning this match. So I wouldn't see Punk or Rollins, but as I'm still wearing the Rollins shirt, I obviously wanted the visionary, the revolutionary, the Seth freaking Rollins to win it, and he did with the turncoat of the night, because, you know, the favor from CM Punk was for his best friend Paul Heyman to help him. He gets him a chair and then blocks him right in the nads, and hands the chair over to the tribal chief and says, I'm all for you, tribal chief. I'm all for you. Get him. And then, Roman beats the hell out of CM Punk with a chair, taking him out of the end of the match. And then he's like, oh, look, tribal chief, he's set up for you to get the revenge. And Roman goes to hit Seth in the back with a chair, and blammo, another ball shot from Paul Heyman. This one to the OTC. And he walks over, hands the chair to Seth Rollins, who has this like grin, like, and we're getting heel Rollins again. Like, I'm excited for heel Rollins. I love face Rollins. He's great as a face, great as a heel. But it has been a while since we've had heel Rollins, so I'm here for it. And Seth Rollins gets the 1, 2, 3 and closes out Mania, standing tall of the three. I'm interested to see where this goes, because with Rollins, I don't know if he sticks with Paul, like if Paul sticks with him, or if this is a way that Paul may disappear for a little bit and then comes back and ends up with Braun. And then I'll go ahead and run through a quick, what I think night 2 is going to go. We have the Randy Open Challenge. I don't know where that's going to go. Could be Nick Aldis, pretty much anybody but Solo, we're hoping. I think that's what I see. The one thing I see fans on the internet and stuff combined on is anybody but Solo. We don't want Solo versus Randy, so hopefully we don't get that. We'll be fine with pretty much anything else. And then we got, I think we're opening with the Triple Threat women's match. This one is kind of a drop ball, and I'll talk more about that in tomorrow's video about night 2. But I want Io to win this. I am a huge fan of Rhea. I'm a huge fan of Bianca, but I think Io needs to win this, especially with how weak they made her look in the build-up. So hopefully they let Io, the genius of the sky, shine. So I'm pulling for Io, but we'll see. Then we have the Fatal 4-Way between Finn, Penta, Dominic, and Braun. I think Braun loses but doesn't take the pin. I think Dominic turns on Finn and wins it. We give Dominic, his first title reign main roster title win, because he was the North American title or champion for a little bit, but I think we give him the Intercontinental title, and Braun probably goes on to for the world title, yeah. And then what other match? What's the other match? That's right, the women's tag match. This one, I apologize to that Liv fan I talked to a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you'll see this, but you said the booking's bad. I was like, nah, come on, we'll see what they do. This booking is bad. They did take Bayley out, so I'm already calling it that the secret teammate is going to be the man, Becky Lynch, returning. So I don't know who wins this. I'm guessing it's got to be, you got to keep the title on Liv and Raquel, maybe, because you don't because we'll get into the booking in another video. I'm gonna do that in a separate video, but I think Liv, Raquel retain. I think that's a must, even though you have Becky Lynch returning and the IC title on the other side. So maybe you set up some feud off of that. But I don't know. This one's a mess. This is probably right up there with the New Day and War Raiders the night before. So we'll. Ugh. And then we have, what's the next match? I know I'm forgetting a match. Oh, the Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre street fight. I like, I really, really like Damian Priest. He's become one of my favorites over the last couple years. But I think he's going to lose this to Drew. I think Drew needs the win. Unless they do like the Drew costing himself again. We'll see. But this is going to be one hell of a match. Like, I'm glad when they bring stipulation back, they keep it to people who will live up to that stipulation. Because these are two people that are willing to sell their bodies and be violent and vicious and like no holding back. So these two are going to tear at each other. This is going to be one hell of a street fight. Probably right up there with like those KO fights where we're like, oh my God, I can't watch, but I got to watch. And then I think I'm missing still one match, right? Is there a match I'm forgetting? The IC title, or is that it? Because then I think it's just Cody and Cena. I think Cody should go over because I don't think you have the old face beat the new face unless you're gonna have the old face or new face eventually beat Cena. And I don't like just because Cena's retirement tour and he's barely showing up to it. I want to see more of those like last chance matches between like Cena and Punk and Cena and Randy and Cena and whatever. So I don't see the point of locking him up in a feud with Cody either now or down the road again to get the title back or something. So I think Cody should win. I think Cena should go after the other title eventually because it's technically with the new lineage of that title being made when it was given when Seth earned it. That is a new title technically. So Cena hasn't technically held that title, so he should go get that one to break the record because then it will be another title that he holds and stuff. So, but yeah, that's what I remember on night 2. There may be a match I'm forgetting. I feel like I am, but I don't know. I don't have it up right now. But thank you for watching. Let me know your opinions below. Who you think is gonna win? This should be out before night 2, so you can watch it and have time. Oh, and I didn't put this in until obviously the end. But if you're seeing this, join the Discord. I'm gonna be watching Wrestlemania with friends and in the Discord, so if you want to come watch and join some people watching, come join, come hang out. But that's gonna be it from the start of Wrestlemania. Definitely real, not VR or anything. This is definitely me at WrestleMania stage. They let me record this, but nah. Funny exit. Woo! No. Yeah, expect more of this. Like I said, for every PLE because I can't do every show. But and maybe I'll do more. Like I'm trying to think of ideas of the things to do and stuff. So we'll see what we can do. But I'll see you guys tomorrow night.